Hi, guys. Welcome to the Mommy and Me podcast. My name's Elizabeth.
And my name's Samantha.
This is my middle child and my only daughter.
Yeah.
This is episode 2. If you've already watched episode 1, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Or you're following us on TikTok, don't forget to follow. Give us your comments, your feedback. We appreciate all of that.
Yeah, and just to share our account as much as possible.
Yeah. Excited about this. I'm still feeling excited. How about you?
Me too. I'm just excited to see the feedback and stuff on our first podcast.
How do you feel after having completed episode 1?
Good. I expected to be more nervous and stuff, but I like how it came out.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, if you watched the entire last podcast, episode 1, you probably noticed that we kind of introduced the topic for today's video. And if you're seeing the thumbnail and the title, the caption of this video, you probably already know.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be discussing dating and how
I'm excited for you guys to hear my mom's story and stuff because it's pretty interesting.
And then also just I brought up some ideas of something to discuss with Samantha so I can include her as much as possible. Hopefully she'll be a little bit more vocal on this episode. This is episode 2.
I'm a big yapper for the most part.
Yeah, but I think she's still getting used to like being in front of the camera. And for me, I guess because I film for other stuff that I'm kind of a little bit more used to it.
Yeah.
But are you nervous about talking about dating?
No, I'm just excited for you to share your story. It's
Okay.
really interesting.
I think when she sees the notes for what I got planned for today too, she'll be a little bit more nervous. This is something that her and I have never really discussed, but I think it's that time because she is now
I'm scared.
15 years old, going
I'm
on
about to be
16. Yeah, so she's going on her sweet 16 soon. So I just thought, like, you know what? It's time. It's about that time to have like that open discussion about like dating and all that stuff. So now getting into the dating topics, basically the very first thing we're gonna kind of get into is how I met Samantha's dad. And she's heard this story before. For some reason I'm kind of spacey now. I'm trying to think back on how everything kind of happened, but I think it's a little bit of nerves too.
Party.
Yeah. But I was basically I was invited to this what we call him, back then kickback party. I don't know what they would call that now or what they call them, but back then it was called a kickback party. So basically what that meant was you throw a party at a friend's house. Yeah, so I met him at a kickback party. This was during Thanksgiving week, the week before Thanksgiving. So it was the week before Thanksgiving. I met him, and we kind of like were all just there, people around my age, and then he was there, and then a couple other people that they invited, and we were at this party. I didn't really remember him. I just remember seeing him with his Dodger hat.
Oh, this is the Dodger.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, a man with the Dodger hat. He stood out. So then, and then he was like super like he had like this contagious like smile and laugh. He
had the biggest smile ever.
Yeah, so I thought that was what I think attracted to me. That was attracted to his personality. He was like just laughing. He was kind of shy, but then like joking around at the same time a lot. And his big old smile was one thing. I was like, man, he has a really nice smile, just because it seemed very genuine, and that's something I didn't see a lot around me. So then, anyways, fast forward a couple of days later, we get invited to party number 2, which was for his birthday. So it was for his birthday.
Who threw it?
He threw it for himself at his mom's house.
What?
Yeah, he threw a birthday party for himself, and we hung out again. We saw each other again, and then we like talked for a little bit. And then he was like, oh, exchange your information. And I was like kind of hesitant. And I was like, no, give me your number. Because I did not need him calling my house. I was like, I'm going to get caught. My parents definitely did not know I was doing any of this. I was like, no, I'd rather you give me your number. So then fast forward a couple of days, I didn't call him. I didn't do anything with the phone number. So then he had his friend like say, hey, follow up with it. Why is she not calling me? So then his friend was like, hey,
Dang, he was like, I need this girl right now.
so I mean, when he laid his eyes on me, he was hooked. So
Okay.
couple days later, so his friend like was like, hey, he's a really chill guy, like kind of like, talking him up, trying to get me to call him. And I was like, okay, I'll call him tonight. She's like, but don't say that you don't do it. And I was like, yeah, 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 I'll call him. I didn't call him. I went to
That's
school the next day.
mean.
I was just scared. I didn't know if I really wanted to talk to him or not. So then day two, um, so a couple of days later, I finally gave him a call, and then like fast forward from there, we kind of just kept talking. Later that same night that I met up with him, he was like, "Oh, let's have a bonfire." So it
Always
was
wanting to
like
go out with
to a
other
bonfire.
people? Was it like he always wanted to be in like a group, huh?
Yeah, he was very nervous. He didn't like being like he didn't at that point we weren't gonna do 1-on-1 because we hadn't really seen each other like that. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't know each other. So then he was like, "Oh, are you go to the bonfire later on the night?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." He was like, "Yeah, go, go, go. I'll go, like so we can like talk and get to know each other more." And I was like, "Okay." So I told my sister because me and my sister we were like thick and thin. We were always together.
Why are you guys out so much? Him too. Well, he's always out.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
I go out like once a year.
So and this was right before the Christmas Thanksgiving break. So you're trying to like enjoy seeing
Mm-hmm.
each other or so then we met up later on that evening at a bonfire and we just kind of started talking and then from there we just were like always constantly like talking or getting to know each other, trying to see each other. So we didn't see each other for like um so we technically I said yes to be his girlfriend because he asked me pretty much like right away. He was like, "Do you want to be my girlfriend?" And I was like, "Sure."
He said, "Cut to the
Yeah.
chase."
So the very first day that I remember like meeting him and talking to him was on the 20th, which was his birthday. And then we became a boyfriend girlfriend on November 26th, which was 6 days after we first met. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we kind of met like that. Like the way we met was
Mm-hmm.
at a party, hanging out with other people. And then we stayed together on and off for a very long time. And then, came my 3 kids. But yeah, I met him at a party, doing things I shouldn't have been doing at my age, going to places I shouldn't have been going at my age, but
You
that's
wonder
just what
what
I
they
went.
call like those parties now?
What do they call
They
them?
call them.
Sorry, guys. So we have Chloe here, and she's
She
just
gets so
acting
scared
weird.
out of
Yeah.
nowhere. They call them a function. They call them functions. Isn't that
So
weird?
you say, do you want to come to a function?
Yeah, they'd be like, "Do you guys want to go to a function?"
That's
Or like,
so weird. I
isn't it
think a
weird?
kickback sounds better
No, they call them
almost.
functions. And then like when
A
I first heard
function,
it, I was
guys?
like, at first I was like, "What the hell
You're
is
like,
a
what's a
function?"
function?
And then I was just like, hmm. And then like slowly, kind of like context clues, and I was just like, "Oh, it's a party." Like, why is it called a function?
But leading on to the next, I mean, do you have any questions or like anything to say about how I met your dad?
No, I just think that was wow, that was fast. He was like, "Nah, this is gonna be my girlfriend." Not playing no
It takes I
games.
think you should definitely take your time before you say yes to having a boyfriend or girlfriend, but I think because of our age gap and so many other
What was the
obstacles,
age gap? So when was what was that birthday? How old was he turning on that
I
day?
think he was turning 19.
What the? And you were 15 and a half?
Crazy,
That's like if I were
guys.
to like
I
date
had
like,
no
oh
business.
no.
I had no business dating that man at that age. No business.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But going on to the next thing is I kind of wanted to talk about like first crushes. Look at her laugh. She's like, oh no. I kind of wanted to talk about first crushes. I wanted you to share your stories about early crushes or what did how did you realize like, oh, I think this is a crush that I have on this person at what age?
That's interesting. I want to say middle school.
Middle school was your
And
first
you knew about
crush?
this. I told you.
Oh,
I told
I
my
don't remember
mom.
anymore.
Yeah, we were driving right there, and I remember telling you, I was like, "Mom, there's this boy, and he was like very light skinned."
I don't
I'm
remember.
not gonna get too
But
like detailed because I know people are gonna like figure
watch
out who it
this.
is. Yeah.
I won't remember, but that's not very like
Yeah, he
it's
was.
not crazy because I don't have the best memory, but
Yeah, he was light skinned, and I was just like, "Wow, he's kind of cute." And then I was just like, but it's not like I was like interested in,
but
like,
that was the first time you're like, oh, I like him because I
yeah,
think he's cute.
yeah.
My first crush, I still remember it. My first crush was like in the 5th grade.
The fifth grade. You know what? Someone, I think when I was at the was it elementary? in Cerritos. Someone asked me out.
Oh, really? What they
Yeah.
tell you?
They were just like, "Oh, do you want to be my girlfriend?" I was like, "No, leave me." And I just walked
You're like,
away.
leave me
And he
alone.
was like, "It was a dare anyway." And I was just like,
You're
"Okay."
like, okay, well, dare, not dare. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, my first crush was on around the fifth grade, and I remember thinking kind of like the same thing. Oh my god, this boy is so cute. Like, and then he had like dimples, and I've always had a thing for
Thing for
like
dimples.
dimples.
Yeah, I know you always.
So he had a, like again a very nice smile. He was like he liked to make the class like laugh or people laugh, and he was I don't know, he would make me feel like comfortable around him.
Hmm.
So I think I was like, oh, I kind of like him. You know, he's cute. He has a really nice smile. I don't think I ever told anybody about that first crush.
No,
I don't
I
think
haven't
so.
heard you say that.
Yeah, so that was my first crush. Um, what about like your next crush? You're like, oh, I hope he asks me out. At what age do you think that was?
I don't think I really like seen someone say, "Oh my god, like I want to be with them."
Like, oh, I want to get to know this person. No,
Mm-mm.
mine was
I just
in
thought they
middle
were just
school.
like cute.
Mine was in middle school. Um, yeah, I thought he was again super funny. I guess I've always kind of had the same trait where I like when they're funny.
And
So
Daddy was funny.
yeah, he
He
was
was just
your dad
dumb.
was pretty funny. He was silly. But yeah, that was my next crush was like in middle school, and I was like, oh,
So
he's.
I'm like, he was just dumb.
I was like, he's pretty silly. So that was my next thing. And then I kind of wanted to talk about what a healthy relationship looks like and what you should look for in a relationship whenever that grows up. Samantha does not have a boyfriend right now,
No.
but you know, whenever she's ready, I want to her to have the correct tools so that she does get herself in a healthy relationship and not in a toxic one.
I was
Um,
just thinking of something Valerie said to me yesterday. And it was so funny. Sorry. Keep going.
Valerie is her friend, you guys. So a healthy relationship. What do you think a healthy relationship looks like?
Like, what do
Like
you
if you
mean?
have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, doesn't matter.
Hmm.
What do you think that relationship should look like?
I don't
You
know.
don't know what a healthy relationship looks
I
like?
like. I picture about how to
What do
like
you
explain
think?
it.
Like what do you think it looks like? Or what do you think like if you're just imagine yourself in a relationship right now, what are the things that you would feel like, okay, this makes it a healthy one? And what would cause you to think, okay, this is a red flag, this is a green flag?
I think red. I can point out red flags.
Okay.
Like, there's no tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think if the thing about like you going out and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
if that's like a problem, I think that's kind of weird. Because if they're like, I don't want you to go out unless it's with me, I think that's kind of like red flag right there.
But
Like,
you don't, so
why?
you know what bad things are, but you don't know what a good thing in a relationship
I don't
are.
really know how to explain what a good thing is.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you some things that I kind of wrote down that I thought makes a healthy relationship, and that is someone that you can have clear and good communication with,
Mm-hmm.
someone that is willing to listen to you and not just talk and like hear you out,
Mm-hmm.
someone that you know you can kind of confide in, someone that you know you can trust, and like when I mean trust, it's like someone you know you can tell something to, and they're not gonna like use that against you.
Mm-hmm.
That when you know you can trust that person with your life and with your secrets, then that's the one you trust, right? When you have mutual respect for each other, meaning that you don't call yourself out of your name, they don't like do anything to purposely hurt you or stuff like that, you know, or
Mm-hmm.
someone you just respect because of the way that they carry themselves, right? Like they have a good head on their shoulders, they have respect for their family, therefore they're gonna respect me. If that person respects their mom, then they have
Yeah, I definitely think
like stuff like that.
respecting like their family, my own family, is a big thing.
Yeah. And then having boundaries, just setting self boundaries like, oh, you know what? I need a me day today. I don't want to be around anybody, or I don't want to go out with you today because I just want to spend time with my mom, and then being okay with that. I think that is how you know it's a healthy relationship. When I say, well, why don't you want to spend time with me? Why don't you always want to be with me? I
Yeah.
think that's something that's not healthy. Versus something healthy is like saying, hey, I want to be on my own today, or I just want to spend it with my
Because
family
I've witnessed that
today.
with my friends with the whole like, oh, like I don't want to go out today, and then he gets like upset about it. But then when like she's like, oh, I want to go out with you, he's
Yeah.
like, no, you didn't want to hang out with
I
me.
think if you're saying why versus like, oh, I just want to be with you, like that's not communicating, right? But if you're
Mm-hmm.
communicating to them, explain like, you know what, I just kind of want to spend quality time with my family, and they get that, then that's a healthy relationship. I think those are things that are you have to have trust, communication, respect for each other, and and having boundaries with that person. That is what a healthy relationship looks like. And it's kind of scary that you don't know what a healthy relationship looks like, and the reason
I know
why.
what it is, but I didn't know how to like word it.
Mm.
But
And
I know the red flags.
I'm gonna say she knows the red flags because she's seen a lot of toxic relationships around her. I feel like, and you can
Yeah.
always correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the reason why you know that is because it's easier to see the toxic relationship versus seeing a
Yeah,
healthy one.
that's exactly.
So, um, for me, like, let's kind of talk about what are red flags and like deal breakers. What do you think are red flags that someone should look out for in a relationship?
I think when it starts to get aggressive, the first sign of like aggression and stuff, run away.
Run and don't
And
ever
don't
look
look
back.
back. Yeah,
And I've lived in a toxic relationship, and we'll get to that in another video
that's long.
because that's a very long one. So you gotta like get your tissues ready for all that. But I think for me, things that I would want you to see in a red flag and deal breakers are like anyone who's trying to be controlling or having any type of controlling behavior
Mm-hmm.
over you, or being dishonest, someone who constantly lies to you, are things that I don't think
Mm-hmm.
you should ever tolerate or respect or accept from someone. I think those are like the very early signs of something that's gonna head into an unhealthy relationship, is when you can't
Mm-hmm.
trust that person. Like if that person's lying to you, you're never gonna trust that person again. You're building the foundation of that relationship to be unhealthy, and that's something that like even you shouldn't do. Like you should also never disrespect your partner. You should never like be controlling or be dishonest with that person. I think honesty is like the key to everything, and it's easier said than done, right? I think it's so
Yeah.
easy to be like, oh, I just want to tell the truth, or I don't want to deal with it today. Let me just lie. And the reason why I'm talking about these things with Samantha is because right now she doesn't push the topic, but she's gonna get to the point where she's gonna start to explore the world and be like, oh, I think I want to be in a relationship. I don't encourage it.
Goodbye. No, just kidding.
I don't encourage it. And the reason why I don't encourage her to have a partner right now is because there's so many things that she's currently working on, whether that be mental health or like just things that she has, goals that she has. And I don't want anything to sidetrack her, but at the end of the day, she has to live and learn on her own, right? She has to live and learn things on her own. I can't shield her from the world, but I just want her to stay focused and determined. And but I also want her to have the correct tools that she needs, so that if she does get into a relationship, she knows what boundaries and what things she is going to look for. Like, don't settle. If that person's
Mm-hmm.
not making you happy, if that person's not like adding to who you are, then there's no reason why you should be in that relationship, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And then I think the next kind of thing that I kind of want to talk about is like dating safely or having dating safety. Like, what are things that we should be worried about? Like, let's just say you do start dating, let's
Mm-hmm.
just, because guys, she wants to start working, she wants to leave me, she doesn't want to be my bestie.
You were too.
Well, she wants to work because she has some certain things that she wants to accomplish, and kudos to her. um so that's the reason why. So with that being said, like, she's gonna, with that, her being around kids her age, you're gonna have more opportunities to meet people your age and socialize, which is a plus.
Kids my age scare me.
You're also gonna have to deal with adults who are like children. So, we gotta get you ready for that. But like, one of the things that I want to share with you is like, whenever you do start dating, is like making sure you're sharing your location at all times, because you don't know
Yeah,
how that person is. You're just barely meeting this person, so you don't know if that person's worthy of your trust. Making sure you're like meeting in public places only for the first couple of dates, because you don't want to barely meet someone and be like, oh, come to my house, and you don't know what they're capable of. Or
yeah.
like my daughter, like, is like, she's very very like paranoid about things, and she thinks like about everything. But I'm just saying this like in general, because
Yeah.
remember, this is like, there's other people listening to this that
Yeah.
I want to like also to be
I'm
warned.
very self-aware of my surroundings.
Yeah, so if you're barely gonna start dating someone, don't ever meet them in a like private area where only they know their surroundings. Make sure that you also know your surroundings. You're sharing your location with somebody if you're not already doing that. But I think this day everybody shares locations with everybody.
I think that's
It's
just
like a collection thing
me.
at this point. In my family, my nieces and my daughter and my brother, like, seeing who they're sharing location with. Like, everybody's stalking everybody's
I
locations,
have so
which
many
I don't care.
locations.
I like knowing that if anything happens, like I can run to them, or vice versa, they know where I'm at. And also making sure that you're the next dating safety for me is like recognizing an uncomfortable situation. Like let's just say you're on a date and you feel like something's off, or
Mhm.
like something doesn't feel okay, like that you're listening to that. Like you're listening to your intuition, and you're like not like second guessing it, because it's
Mhm.
better to be safe than sorry. Unfortunately, us girls, we have to be extra cautious of things because um just us being girls, we're constantly in danger. And that's something that me and Samantha have discussed about like so many times. Anything so far of what I've said, like you like disagree or you want to add on to?
Mm-mm. I agree with everything.
Is there something that you want to know about dating that I haven't already talked about right now?
No,
Sorry, guys. I'm
I
gonna
think it's
do
because
most of the
I'm.
yapping around because she's getting used to
I think
this.
it's because I'm not like interested in it like right now. Like it's not a big thing.
Why do you think you're not interested in dating right now? Not that again, I'm not encouraging it. I'm happy she's not. I don't need her to be interested until she's older.
um, I don't know. I just think that like if it's God's timing, it's gonna be put in my path, and I don't have to look for it.
Hmm.
I feel like before I was trying to look for it, and now I'm just like, oh, if it comes, it comes.
Do you think also because you have so many goals and other things that
Yeah,
you want to
I'm
accomplish?
just working on myself right now, so I don't got time
She
for no
sounds she
one.
sounds like a grown woman, you guys. I feel like a proud mama. Because you know what, at your age, girls, that's all we worry about is like dating and talking to
Yeah.
boys. But Samantha has a good head on her shoulder, and she's just been through a lot. So she thinks like an older person. So just know she's a little different than most people. Something to be proud of, by the
Sometimes I
way.
have to like when I'm around like kids my age, I have to pretend like I'm a little dumb sometimes, or like I'm not
But
as
I think you
mature.
shouldn't. I think you should like I think that's a good way to like protect or do your part is by sharing your knowledge with people. Whether they accept your advice or not, that's on them. But at least you already warned them, like, hey, like
Mhm.
you shouldn't like allow that, or like because like for me at that age, Samantha, never no one ever talked to me about dating. No one ever talked to
Interesting.
me about what a toxic relationship was, what you shouldn't tolerate, or what you should tolerate, or what you should look for. No one ever had a conversation with me. I think I would have thought a little bit differently if I would have had that conversation with somebody and someone would have like give me some advice.
Mhm.
So just know that you might be making a difference. Even if that person doesn't hear you or respond to it in that moment, just know that there's something that it's probably gonna sit in their head and they're gonna think about it.
Mhm.
So just know that. Um and then I guess the other thing is just like getting advice or from someone who with experience. Like as a mom, I can give you a lot of like dating wisdom or things that I've learned over the past. Like for me, since your dad passed away, like I haven't dated or done like go out there or done
I
anything to try to
know.
date. And the reason for that is because when your dad passed away, like I lost myself, right? And then
Mhm.
also I was dating him at such a young age that I didn't get to
You grew
self
up
love
like with
myself.
him too, so
Yeah,
it's like
we grew up together. I never got that chance to be alone. I had to mature and become an adult like really quickly after having your brother. So it was like a lot of things changed for me so fast. And at the same time, when he passed away, things again changed for me super fast. So
Mhm.
I told myself that I was gonna refine who I was as a mom and as a single parent, and I was gonna teach myself how to love myself first. So the first couple of years I was just grieving and wasn't working on that. And then for the past couple of years, I think for the past 2 years barely, I've like started to like, okay, who am I as an individual outside
Yeah.
of being a mom? So that's why like I'll take adult trips, or like when I mean adult trips, like just the weekends or like going out.
You can't
I'm
even do a
still
weekend.
and like I'm still doing that, or like just spending the night away from you guys and just now not feeling like super guilty about it. I still have that mom guilt, but things that I'm still learning is how to love myself. Who am I as an individual?
Mhm.
And I think that's something that's super important. Is like whenever you do break up with someone, give yourself that time to grieve that relationship, cry it out. Give yourself 3 months to cry it out, get it all out of your system. And then after that, don't date yourself, and then start dating again. So that whatever you carried on from that previous relationship, you don't carry on to the new one,
Yeah. I
right?
feel bad for whoever gets with me, and just not
Yeah, this girl is
expensive.
spoiled rotten. But also, that's
All jokes.
no, she's spoiled, but in a good, like, I don't know. It's not. I guess you're spoiled, but you also appreciate what you get.
Yeah.
Like you see all the sacrifice that goes behind that, and that's something that to my kids, like, just be appreciative of what you have. Um, and then what is the next thing? I think. How do you think? And this is something you're gonna have to carry. How do you think the impact of social media affects dating? What do you think are the positives of having access to social media and
Oh,
dating?
I think it's so scary to meet someone like off of Instagram or something. Guys can have so many girlfriends, and you like won't even like know.
But what are
Like
positives of having social media?
in dating, you can communicate more, I guess,
You can get to know that person and what they do, like, through social
without
media.
giving someone your number either. Because sometimes that's just like a lot. If
Yeah.
someone has your number,
Mm-hmm.
like once your number gets
I
like
think you guys
given
have
out to
it. I think you
more
guys have it
people
easy.
to communicate and stuff,
Well,
it's
just to like
easier.
meet people, because you can meet a person virtually, like, and get to know them through how they, like, you get to know what type of person they are through social media, like what they post.
You can have AI boyfriend.
This girl. Yeah, I think it's easier for you guys. Back then, like, you have to meet someone in person,
I think it's
old
easy, but
school
at the
way.
same time, it's also scary because you don't know if that person is actually who they're saying they are either.
You think that them being,
Catfish.
oh, that's true. The catfishing is.
Have you ever seen those catfish like things on like
I
Netflix or
used to
like
watch
on?
the show.
There's like a show called Catfish or
Mm-hmm.
something. Oh, I didn't even know that. I
Yeah.
just see like clips of people like catfishing on TikTok. I'm like, wow, how is a 60-year-old
You
man
never
pretending to
watch.
be
Wait,
a
you
20
never.
year old
You never
person?
watched the show Catfish, Samantha? I used to
No.
always watch it.
Girl, you watch like 30,000 shows.
That's true. I do love me some TV. I thought you watched the show with us. Oh, is that what? Would I watch it back then when your dad was alive? Is that how long ago it's been?
That sounded funny. No, I don't know.
Hmm. The thing I wanted to talk about, I guess she doesn't have that many positive things about social media, you guys. Comparing
I
the
mean, it's a good thing. Like, it's nice to like post and stuff every once in a while, but just like
advice for other girls your age.
just
No,
don't.
because you haven't really dated, huh?
Oh, for like dating? No, I've never dated.
Well,
So I don't know.
you were in a very short relationship before, right?
Yeah.
How would you? What would, discussing everything that we've discussed? What do you have to now think back on that?
Wish I would have never done it.
Why do you think that
I
is?
just think I was so young. I think I was just seeking for love, like,
Through
or
some,
yeah,
versus
through
loving yourself,
someone.
you were looking
Yeah,
for validation through somebody.
yeah, and yeah. Just, I wish I would have never done it
Why do you think you regret it?
because I was so young.
But do you think it's because it wasn't a good relationship that you had? It was a very short one, but it still counts.
um,
As far as I know, anyways.
yeah, it was short. Um, no, I just wish I wouldn't have done it. I feel like I wish I would have just focused on myself and learned how to love myself
Was that your
first.
first one?
Yeah.
Do you wish, like, that would not have been your first one, and why?
Mm, no, because I learned things from it. He was a good person. He was, but she
I
like,
knew it was over a boy this whole time, but you thought I
but
didn't
like it
know.
wasn't like I was trying to,
It's
But
not like something that you were like adding
yeah,
on, or like
yeah, no.
you didn't, you found it
And
irrelevant, but they
hmm
found it super relevant.
and she like even now she like unblocks me once in a while, like views my account and stuff. So I had to block her because she was just like,
That's weird.
just stop follow like viewing my stuff. Like it gets to a point where it's just like too much.
Mm-hmm.
Even on my TikTok, she's like 30 TikTok accounts. So I just blocked her and stuff because I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I regret it. Well,
But,
actually, I don't regret it. I'm glad I learned from it
mm,
to not have continued.
what do you think you learned from it? And
Um,
I'm asking these things because there's someone else out there going through this or have gone through this. So I want you to just be like, honest, or whatever you're thinking. Or if you don't have anything to say, that's okay
it's
too.
hard to remember. I don't
Yeah.
really
Because
know.
how old you were? Or no?
I think I was like, I want to say I think I was like 12 or 13.
Way too young, girl. It's
I think I was
way too
like 12
young.
or 13.
But yeah, she's that's right. She was, I think she was seeking validation or seeking
The
for
way like
something.
my family doesn't know this either. Have you ever told any of them? No, you haven't. You
I don't
hated
know.
it.
I don't think
You
I ever. I don't
you
think I
didn't
ever.
say. We didn't say
I don't
anything.
think we ever discussed it because it was kind of short, and then also we were going through so many other things at that time that,
Mhm.
like, that was the least of my priorities. Um, but yeah, it's something that she did, and she had her experience. She learned from it, and this is why we're talking about these things, because whenever you do have that next relationship, I want it to be like meaningful and important,
Yeah.
and even if
I
it's
want to be
doesn't
asked out big.
and even if it doesn't like work out, it's okay. It's a learning lesson, right?
Mhm.
It's a another lesson in life. Do I want her to wait till she's older? Yes, because I want her to be single and have fun, and I want, like,
I
explore
love
the
being single. I love not
world.
having to like
My
carry
dream for
stuff.
you is for you to travel, enjoy things,
Well,
and live
I don't want to
life.
travel.
That's my goal for her.
Bye.
I want to
No.
live through her.
As soon as we turn 18, I'm gonna start planning those trips already.
Oh wow. Let's talk about love languages. Do you know what love languages are?
Yeah, it's like words of affirmation, physical touch.
Acts of
Um,
service.
yeah, acts of service. Isn't there two more?
Oh, it's acts of service, words of affirmation, physical touch, and the gift. I guess giving
I thought there was five, but yeah, maybe
and
it is
giving. I
four.
think it is. But what do you think your love language is? Like for you to show love to somebody, I think it is. Is it acts of service, words of affirmation,
I'm gonna say
or
words of
physical?
affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah,
Why do you think that is?
I feel like I'm really good at communicating now. Like after therapy and stuff, like I feel like I'm really good at communicating. Actually, I don't know. I could like either shut down completely or like be really good at
That's
communicating.
completely on
Well,
somebody.
not on somebody, but I'm saying like in general. Like I
Oh.
can shut down like sometimes, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just like it's hard for me to express how I feel. But
Well, I don't
like
think that's truly not just you allowing yourself to process.
maybe
Yeah.
yeah. But I think words of
I
affirmation.
think the
I
thing
love gift
I
giving
think
though.
the thing when you're doing that though is like saying, I just need space right now because I don't want to say something I'm gonna regret versus just like completely staying silent. Like that is like, you know, the wrong thing to do. But I think um for love language you said it's acts of
For
service.
acts of service. I like
Um
seeing the reaction of people like when you give them
Yeah,
something, if they're happy.
I think I agree with you. I think you are a person who likes to show love through acts of service or words of
I love
affirmation.
seeing people happy with like something that they get.
Yeah, Samantha's a very like a she's a people person, right? What I mean with that is like she likes to make people happy. She likes to see people happy. She likes to please people. It can also be like a weakness,
Unfortunately.
yeah, because she loves to please people, but that's something she's learning how to balance. And then when you get that, you're gonna be on top of the world, girl, because this girl, if she sees that you're sad, she'll go out of her way to make you happy. Like when she sees that I'm having one of those days, she'll be like, do you want me to do this for you? I'll cook for you. Like she's like telling me like, I got you, mom, don't worry about it. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional over this, but that's her way of showing love, is like to like show you support and to make things easier for you. That's her way of acts of service, that showing like, I got you, I love you, I'm here for you, I got your back, and I'm gonna show you by making things a little easier on you.
Yeah.
And then words of affirmation, and she loves to say like, you know you're strong, I'm proud
So
of
that's why I think it's like
you,
both.
like
That's what I
I'm
mean with
writing, like,
like
yeah, writing
I'm really good at
letters,
letters. It's
yeah.
my favorite thing.
Yeah. She'll
Especially.
randomly surprise me out of nowhere with the letter. And I'll just sit there and cry, like read it over and post it on my wall because it's a reminder to myself, like, that someone's looking up to me and for me to stay focused and motivated. What do you think receiving love? How do you think you want to receive it? What type of love language do you want to get receive?
I don't know. I think when it happens with the person and stuff, you kind of know.
But remember, love languages could be even with like not just a relationship, like
hmm
boyfriend girlfriend.
I
It
don't
could be
know.
also like with family or with someone you love or like a friend.
I think words of like affirmation because I like what's that one word? Re shoot, it slipped out of my mind. I forgot the word is
It-
called. I like reassurance. There you
oh,
go.
you like
I
reassurance.
like reassurance.
So you like people to tell you that you're strong, you're smart, you got this. Like
Yeah.
you want to
Any
that to
motivation to
be whatever
grow.
you're giving to be reciprocated back.
When I
Okay.
did this, I was like, just keep my money.
I think for me, My love language is also acts of service. I love like acts of service as by my acts of service like giving
Yeah,
people,
you.
like spoiling people. Like I don't mind buying someone something, or like, oh, I know this person really, really likes this. Sorry, guys, I don't know why she's yawning so much. But
She's tired.
I think for me, it's just showing persons that I love them. It's like going and buying something, or like spoiling them, or like something that I know is gonna make them happy. And I think um giving, just giving stuff, words of affirmation. I think I tend to give it to those that I know need it more, but I don't do it too often. It's
I
not
think
like my
I do. Like when
biggest
I see
thing.
someone, I like to like, you
Mm,
know,
mm.
someone's like hair looks nice. I'm like, oh my god, I love your hair.
What do you think my love language is? How do you, what do you agree with what I'm saying, or
Yeah,
what do you
I
think?
do. Mom gets like the biggest mouth. Christmas, she's having more fun like seeing people open their gifts and getting gifts.
Yeah.
She just you can tell it's like genuine too
Yeah,
and
I
stuff.
I genuinely love to see people's like I'm
You
like so excited like a little
yeah,
kid. Like I
you
want
know
them
she's
to open it up
excited.
early, and it's not because I'm gonna be opening up gifts. It's
Yeah,
because I want to see people opening up what I bought for
you
them.
can slowly like convince her, and she's trying to convince herself so hard to not let you open the
This
gift
is
because
true.
like she's just like no, I have to let them wait. I have to let them wait. But she's like deep down, she's like oh my gosh, I just let them. Like Christmas, we're supposed to go Christmas shopping tomorrow. She's so excited.
I'm so excited because I have
She's like,
like
it
I have my little
has to be
notes.
done.
I have my little notes, and I have like an idea of what I want for each person, because when I buy something, it has to like either mean something or something that I know they really, really want.
I
Or
think that's
something
one
that
thing you're good at
symbolizes.
is giving people gifts with meanings behind it too,
Yeah.
or like paying attention to when somebody says, "Oh, I like this." You pay attention. You're like, "Oh, I'm gonna get them something."
Like I don't want to just like, oh, you want 10 lip glosses, you want 10 eyeglasses, eyeshadows. Like, okay, but why do you want them? Or like, oh, but I also want a book. I'm probably gonna lean towards the book because I know you're looking for the book because it's gonna give you like some like mental
You're making
break
yourself
from
sound like a
something.
boring gift
Like,
giver. She's a
no,
really good
no,
gift
I'm
giver.
I'm just throwing like random examples out there, but I'm saying like if I know you want 10 things, I'm gonna, why do you want these 10 things, and then try to pick what, like the one that means the most. um that's what I'm gonna really give, and then of course it's
Yeah,
probably gonna be the most expensive one too, but I mean if that's the one I like the best too, also what I'm giving you has to look presentable. Like even my gift wrapping has to look presentable now, because I'm like, oh, I put a lot of money into this, it better look cute at least.
yeah.
um I think for me, the love language for me to receive, I think for me the love language from what I've lived through already is honestly physical touch. Which is weird because when I first started dating your dad, I
I don't
didn't
like
like it.
physical touch.
Your
I'm
dad
like,
was,
get off of
yeah,
me.
your dad was a little too affectionate, and I think that's
Like,
why he was like, man, I always wanted to be right here. And it was like, no, I didn't like it. But now, like when I'm saying this, because like for my kids, or maybe it's different. When my kids like give me a hug, or when they give me like a kiss on the cheek, or like when they like just like come and randomly hug me, that literally I feel like so like full inside, like my soul feels so happy. Like I don't know how to explain it. Or like even like my siblings, oh, we do not cuddle, we do it playing around to
I think that's
make each
why
other mad.
I just like I get like claustrophobic when someone tries to hug me. I'm just like, get off of
But
me.
we do it because we know you guys don't like it,
Yeah, I
because
think
we don't
that's
like it
why I
either.
think it's not physical touch because I don't like people being next. I get very claustrophobic
But I
and like
think
I
that's
can't.
because you get that from like your Nino,
Yeah,
and he does it because he knows you don't like it. Because also we didn't grow up with affection. Our parents never really showed us affection, so it's different. But I think when you meet that person you love, and it's a different feeling, then it'll change for you. But I think it's gonna take time for you because
yeah.
I've never really been super affectionate with you either. So yeah, I think for me it is physical touch now that I'm older. Which is weird. My mom always
I
told
have
me
a
that. Cuando
question.
estés más grande, vas a querer que te abracen.
Do you see yourself dating in the next 10 years?
I do. I do see myself dating in the next 10 years. Why? Because um I don't know what that next relationship is going to look like. But I'm eager to just to see what it does. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but I'm my headspace in a different place, but I still have a lot of discovering and self-loving to learn. But I do see in the next 10 years, yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's a long time. So I do think that there's potential there. And now I know what to look for, like what a healthy relationship should
Mm-hmm.
look like. So it's gonna be different.
She's
Um,
gonna find a rich husband, guys.
this girl, I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
work for my own self.
that's true.
Um, but yeah, it's just what life gives you, whatever it's meant to be for you. Like you said, if God decides that
Yeah, that's what
it's
I
time for
believe
me to
in.
find
Like,
someone, then
if someone's meant to be put in your path, like they're gonna be put
hmm
there no matter what.
yeah.
And if someone's meant to be out of your life, they're gonna
Yeah,
eventually.
I think also the thing was this: 'cause I'm not out there looking for love. Like if love finds me, then it finds me.
Yeah,
Then it's meant to be. But I'm not. As of right now, I'm not out there like
yeah,
purposely dating out there to look for somebody. Just that's my mind and my heart and my head are like completely different things going on right now.
yeah. We're
But
busy women.
busy women's. Um, anything else that you want to add on to today's?
Nope.
Do you want
I
to
wish today was more like you.
Yeah, you were. I was trying to make you to get engaged, but this girl was just like,
I
nah.
I think it's just because it's not like like it's just
You just don't have a lot of dating experience right now.
yeah.
I think. What do you want to choose the next topic for us?
Sure.
I think the next topic for us is going to be funny stories of teenage years. It's going to be my mom as a teen versus me. So I will go over what it's like talking, like things that I did as a teen versus things that you're doing at your age or things that you've
Okay.
already done.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the next thing. Mommy versus me. Funny stories of our teenage years. She's currently still
In
technically
my
in her
teenage
teenage years,
years.
so
Only
but you can kind of explain what you've kind of
only
done.
3 more years left.
Yeah,
Isn't that
or you could
crazy?
even talk about other things, other teens at your age in your group that they what they have done. Names or nothing like that.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
I'm sure they're watching.
please, you guys, please don't forget to share this with people.
Yeah.
It makes us happy when we see someone's viewing it, when someone's commenting, someone's following us on TikTok or subscribing to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We
We
hope you
just
guys enjoyed this video. Um, anything else you want to add?
do you guys have any topics you guys want us to talk about or to bring up? Let us know.
Okay, guys, so we'll see you in the next video. This is the Mommy and Me podcast. And until next time,
Bye.
bye.